right now. Okay, you guys can go to you can also watch, what is it, VGBootCamp?
Twitch.tv
oh yeah, Twitch stream.
Twitch.tv/Luminosity Gaming/squad. You can see all of the streams. You can see the quad and us. But we're getting into Sonix versus Dominator to start exactly what we expected across the map from one another. Let's get into it.
I'm always very curious to see why people take Sonic to the stage, because it is the one with the most horizontal space on it.
Yes.
Out of all the stage list here. So this is exactly where Sonix wants to be.
Yeah, so late game Smash Ultimate, we've approached the point that we kind of did late game Smash 4, where you have that tricky secret neutral that everyone likes to say, you want to go here, but a bunch of characters clearly win their matchups there. If you let Steve go to PS2, big mistake. And in a lot of matchups, especially one where you're struggling for speed to run Sonic to the corner, I think a map like PS2 can be really detrimental. But Dominator being really patient, playing for these hits slowly. Sonix gets the spin dash out of the corner, that low profile working out.
And you can tell Sonix is just so eager to go for it. Like, he is ready to edge guard. I think that could be a stock there potentially. No 2-frame right there. Dominator going to be able to make it back, but scary stuff right there. That is like Mario's weak point. You can edge guard him if you can get that trade with the uppie and he's burned his jump.
Yep. And Dominator really patient and confident in some of these trades. I mean, some of the drift has been so ballsy, just getting back in there for the up air. But at times, I think that might be a little bit detrimental. Eats a spin dash up air, classic combo.
That move beat Fireball. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That is one of those goofy interactions that you have to be able to see coming once it's happened to you one time and not moan and groan about it.
Yep. It's a little bit hard to fall back on low damage projectiles versus Sonic, because with enough charge on that spin dash, it is going to go through. And spin charge as well, I believe, starts at stronger base damage either way. So can also go through those projectiles. And we see Sonic's just, you know,
up a stock.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Oh, big rising up air, but Sonic's up air doesn't work in this game the same way.
Here we go, though. Dominator, though, trying to be so careful on the back foot. You can tell he's sort of second-guessing himself every time Sonix gets the first stray hit, because he doesn't want to fall into that momentum. He doesn't want to get carried off stage. Yeah. Sonic's making it so hard for Dominator to get anything started right now, and at 111, Mario doesn't really have those startups anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of sneaky little mental games here, too, if you pay attention, right? Sonic's settling for a lot of resets here. Things that are going to frustrate someone who is maybe not as disciplined in the moment, willing to sit there and eat these hits, slowly walk you to the corner.
Such an unfortunate sour spot right there coming out from Dominator. That could have been the first stock, but instead it's going to net Sonix a little bit of extra juicy damage. And again, it just gets, the reason Sonix is so consistent is because of this disciplined ass play style. Like, this dude will not give you what you want. He will not fold. He will never crack.
Yeah, and the only way to really get around that is to match that discipline, right? Oh, whoa, the up B actually getting through Sonix there.
We live those. That's crazy.
Oh, called that roll so hard, but didn't actually call it out. Sonix just playing with his food.
And another stock up right there with that little fair. It's just such a testament. I mean, this is the iron wall that Dominator needs to pierce through for 3 games straight to try and win this set. And up 3 stocks to 1 right now. Dominator needs to, like, just find an up smash or something to seal this stock off right now, because Sonix won't give it to him.
Yeah, the big question is, so the flowchart here is presenting itself in one way. I'll talk about this after the game. Sonix with a big lead here. Oh, big push on the ledge, but Dominator actually manages to break through. Sonix on the ledge again, but Dominator hasn't been able to seal it out here. Sonix once again back to the other corner. We're gonna do this for a while, kids.
Guys, lock in, because this is how it's about to be.
Smug 2-0 on light. Oh my god, Dominator getting that stock locked in. Things are getting crazy. Sonic's going to ride out that invul on the platform, but that's only 1 full second. Settles for the homing attack because of that snap decision time.
And you can, like, Sonix has just showed his full hand right here, basically. This is the exact game plan we are aiming for. Like you predicted earlier, we are going for the timeout. Yeah. You're going to run that clock down. You are in an SAT exam now, my friend. You just have to play the clock. That's it.
The problem presents itself in an interesting way. Mario Fireball, because of the arc it goes at, and I believe Pikachu deals with this problem in this matchup as well, it gets ducked by Sonic Spin Dash. Yeah. So there's so many moments where you can't settle for a grounded approach, because if you settle for a grounded approach and get your dash checked by Spin Dash, 1, it's frustrating. 2, pretty consistent for Sonic to just let go on reaction to your dash. And if you don't have a good enough dash attack to check that, then you can't really play the grounded game. Dominator falling back on approaching from the air, and Sonix just goes under and to the other corner every time.
We're seeing, too, Dominator getting a little bit of damage with these Randy up smashes here and there, and we're starting to see something come to fruition. I think now the respect is starting to shift a little bit as Dominator's now trying to hold the space he's getting, kind of slowly backing Sonix up into a corner and seeing if he can intercept him as Sonix tries to travel over his head.
Yep.
So this is, against this character, this is a game of stage control. How much real estate can you reconquer so that way you can eliminate the amount of options and expression Sonix can have in his movement?
Exactly, but maxing out on the space you take is so important. Dominator finally beginning to make so much use of that center stage. This is a scary position for Sonic. Frame 2 air dodge character gets away with a lot of stuff, but a character like Mario with Rage is going to eat the up-angled F-tilt and suffer.
Yo, the eye roll too after, like, come on now.
Please.
Come on now.
Please. I mean, Sonic knew that was horrifying. You get rising up air nared in that position, you can't. That's just enough rage, that little bit of extra hit stun, that juicy extra little bit. Mario can just 4 or 5 tap you in that position. So
that's also another goofy interaction you got to work through, is your move's literally not working. Like the hitboxes that you intend to come out not working, you just have to like steel yourself through that mental trauma.
Yeah, it's a lot of situational awareness. It's recognizing the spots where it doesn't work and seeing if you can generate some level of consistency. That's something that we see. People who play multi-hit characters generally are very good at little stuff like that.
Very nice way to clean out that game for Sonix. I mean, the timer just aiding him right there. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, he's
raw, unfiltered frustration.
This guy just had, you know, he's at his 9 to 5. He just had some Karen come in the workplace, giving him a hard time. He's eye rolling. He's like, why do I have to deal with this, man?
Yeah,
I'm an honest blue-collar worker right here. Why I got to deal with this?
I'm just trying to be a blue little man running away across the map from you.
Just
literally
trying to go fast,
every time
man.
you approach
Come on.
me. And so one thing that I see Dominator doing that maybe could be a little bit of an adjustment that would work here, and an adjustment that Dominator was making, is a lot of that game, a lot of the early lead was netted because Dominator was constantly trying to hit Sonix where he was as opposed to where he would be. And we saw a lot of those back air placements were getting eaten up by the invincibility of Spin Dash. A lot of the fireballs were getting eaten up by Spin Dash, and then whatever approach behind the fireball was just didn't matter. And so hopefully Dominator can kind of check Sonix at, you know, following through on the approach and overshooting.
So you're saying you want to anticipate basically where he's going to be as opposed to... Because I think that's the solution as well, honestly.
Generally,
a lot of players on paper don't really... I feel like still at this point in the meta do not have a solid answer on how to deal with Sonic as a character wholeheartedly. Because you have to kind of play against him a fundamentally different way than you play against most characters in this cast. And this doesn't look good for Dominator already off rip. 95? Mans cannot find solid ground whatsoever.
Yeah. Sonix's ability to recognize the spin dash fair just so consistent. Always gets it. I've seen him get it off of like 7, 8 different hitboxes of that rising spin dash at this point.
Unfortunate startup and placement of the platform right there, but could have been something good for Dominator here. We're just going to get some solid damage going out right here.
Very good of Sonix there to just go low and not push too hard there. Eat a fair from Mario in an unfortunate spot. The down smash a little bit awkward there from Dominator. Gonna end up back in the corner. Sonix where he's most comfortable. The ledge trapping.
Yeah, this is such excellent ledge trapping. The reaction time is just beautiful on Sonix right now. And you can tell the tempo is starting to send to his favor because Dominator is so eager to just get the fight going once again.
The dash attack clanking the spin dash. I see Dominator not only taking advantage of, but probably noting that interaction.
I mean, you can kind of stop Sonix in his tracks a little bit with some of these lingering hitboxes. Nair's an excellent one because that hitbox stays active. Excellent fireball to clank with the spin dash into the up smash. Dominator's starting to get some answers on paper now.
Yeah, and a very studious kid. You can see just noting every single interaction that's been won and lost and constantly making these small, finite adjustments.
It's such a benefit.
Sonix's routes, though.
It's such a 3 out of 5 set benefit, too, because you don't have to tweak if you're down one game. The set isn't over just yet, so you have those precious extra moments to figure out some answers, to find counter adjustments here.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. You know, if you're going to play against someone who's willing to look for timeouts like Sonix, they're going to give you a lot of time to analyze their play as well.
True.
And not everyone is willing to look at things like, whoa!
This could be filthy.
The
platform
jump is gone.
aiding him, but he misses the up
Good
conversion.
jab block, good response!
That was crazy. Think on your feet, and that's what Dominator's doing right here.
Oh, doesn't get the rising up air. Dominator looking for blood. The fireball placement's working a little bit better now. The wave dash grab. Oh, we're getting shicey with it. Dominator's looking comfortable.
Trying to find some sauce in the rough right here. I mean, it's just so hard because Sonix can still keep the lead. This is still an extra stock he has to play with right here.
Oh, big grab from Dominator. And again, 80%. If this stock gets closed out, it's looking a lot cozier than that last game.
I agree. That being said, though, really bad spot. Does Dominator still have to jump left?
Drift
We
was so beautiful. Don't give the air dodge to Sonix, though. Yeah, it's such an unfortunate spot, right? Because the back air is just instantaneous. If you don't give the air dodge, sometimes you're just going to eat the back air for not reacting in time. So, very good decision-making from Sonix.
It's just so hard also to have good reaction time in disadvantage as well, especially when there's more than one option that can be threatened. Like, not only are you on the back foot and you have to figure out how to get the hell back on stage, you now have to worry about potentially dying on top of that as well. So you're just going to need, you know, your fear will make you do those knee-jerk reactions right there.
Yeah.
That's scary, man, especially against a player like Sonix who is so patient, who waits for that opening. He knows that he's not going to be getting those stocks super early unless he finds that golden moment.
Exactly. And, you know, that's the weight of a champion, right? That's the weight of their fist. You know, they've been here time and time and time and time again. They know how to swing the heaviest blow with the strongest intent in these spots, and they know where people falter because they've seen it tens of 20s, hundreds of times. Oh my God.
I will say that, but now we're going into another biplat right here, not running it back to PS2.
Yes.
I think Dominator now wants to just close in a little bit more space between him and Sonix. That being said, though, that's a pretty early stock, I'd say. Yeah! That's a whole stock just gone off rip. Sonix has got those, man. Dominator thought he could rest easy, and already such an asset led to Sonix here in this extra stock, and the damage and the blood just keeps piling up, Dre.
Yeah, and just the little bits of information, too. I mean, Sonix falling back on checking the fireballs with side B, but then avoiding a straight upper check and getting a 62% damage conversion. Dominator beginning to run it back. Unfortunately, can't solidify the ladder or really get a strong position off these resets. Sonix just constantly getting the reversal.
That was some good restraint there, too, to cut the combo off once he realized he couldn't maximize it any further. However, Sonix unfortunately winning that neutral interaction, and the edge guarding is so prime right now.
Yeah, Mario, just such a linear recovery, right? It can be hard sometimes, especially versus a character with so many different ways to place themselves.
Oh my God, and these strings, too, into these back airs. I need to see that. I need to know the back air percentage for Sonix right here. This could be the whole game right here, too.
Oh, down Sonix just playing around at this point, but fully comfortable. Two stocks of Dominator just struggling to really find anything at this point.
This is the Sonix most Smash players probably envision in their head if they envision Sonix not timing out a lot.
Yeah.
And I love to see it personally. This guy knows how to turn up the aggression in the right moments.
Yep.
And Dominator giving him so much leeway. And again, like you noted, Mario's linear recovery, not doing any favors for him. Excellent up smash to catch the air dodge onto the spring right there.
Sonic players have one brain cell. Everyone's going for the spring there. It's so crazy.
Spring
Dominator with the hard call.
Oh, that could be it, though. Very awkward angle, but a second release on just to take it back away from
Gimme! Ha!
And the slow headphone takeoff, he knows that I just clocked in for another one. Sonic's going to be easily taking that one over Dominator.
Getting super comfortable. And I mean, you could tell Sonix was starting to get a little bit frustrated during the comebacks that were happening games.
Why am I not winning faster?
But I mean, not letting it get to his head or anything, just constantly adjusting properly. The game plan just kind of works versus Mario, right? You find yourself in so many spots where, I mean, I'm sure there are meta adjustments to be seen, but it's so rough.
The answer's not clear.
Get checked.
I think that's the hardest problem a lot of players have with their characters and their kits is there's no clear-cut answer.
Yes.
Sonic is such a slippery character to try and get anything solid against. Your punish, you have to be ready for your punish game. It's not a matchup where your punish game will come naturally to you because you know you're going to get that interaction. it's something you kind of have to brute force and make happen.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people hate fighting Sonic, because it doesn't, it's not a layup, it's not a gimme. You gotta work your ass off for those conversions.
You really do. And the thing is, it's a two-sided issue, right? Because you have the problem of Sonic's speed and the general, like, just snappiness of Sonic's gameplay. It can be really hard to place a hit perfectly against Sonic, generally speaking. But on top of that, you have the frame 2 air dodge and you have spring. So you have two of the best escape options in the game.
The eject button.
Yeah. So you just got to hit eject sometimes. And if you're not literally frame tight on the combo, I mean, 1 frame link, then